Kakamega in relation to COVID-19. So now let's speak to Willie Lusige on how bad the situation is and the measures that have been put in place by the county government. Willie Lusige, kindly talk to us about the surging numbers of COVID-19 in the county of Kakamega.
Yes, Brenda, lately we have seen the number of patients or people who are now ailing to do with COVID-19 rising sharply here in Western region, especially here in Kakamega County, and that's why you have seen the county government has tried to put a number of measures in place to try and control the situation. One of them you have already mentioned is closing down the county assembly so as to make sure that the spread is not high, because some of the members of the county assembly tested positive a number of days ago. But apart from that, also the new measure is the only morgue which is owned by the government, which is owned by the county government, known as Kakamega Funeral Parlor. This is where most of the bodies within the county government of Kakamega are taken. Now has given out a new directive that they are not taking any body of anyone who has died in his house or in her house, because the numbers of the people who have been dying in their homestead has increased sharply, especially the last 2 weeks. They have seen even in a day recording a total of up to 7 bodies being brought in, and they have taken this new measure to avoid maybe members of the public bringing in bodies that are COVID-19 positive and not declaring it to the hospital official. That's why exposing even those people who work in these funeral parlors. So far, this parlor is only taking bodies from the hospital, which is the Kakamega Referral Hospital, and only making sure that they have enough details on what may cause the death. If someone has died of COVID-19, they are being kept in a special room different from the other bodies, because we are aware that there are procedures that have to be taken into consideration when you are handling bodies of people who are COVID-19 positive. For example, you cannot embalm them. For example, you cannot dress them. So this is the newest measure in town here in Kakamega County, that the county funeral parlor is not taking anybody from homesteads until maybe they can change that maybe within a short period of time, or we don't know how long it will take. This is only the newest measure to make sure that those people who die of COVID-19 are not brought in here, and then maybe the family members are not giving out the details. So that's why they are also exposing those officials who are working in this funeral parlor into more danger, because there is a procedure they have to follow when they're handling bodies with COVID-19 and those ones who are COVID-19 negative. So this is a measure that has begun this week, and most probably we'll see this happening along the next period of time until the government gives more further details. This is also a clear indication that most of the people in their homesteads, they are dying of unknown illness, most probably being COVID-19, and when they bring their bodies to the hospital, they are not declaring that information. That's why the county government of Kakamega said it will not take anybody from any homestead until full details on what transpired is given out, Brenda.
Right, and so Lusige, talk to us also about the closure of the county assembly and also the county government offices due to COVID-19.
Yes, indeed, the county assembly was closed because some of the county assembly members were found to be COVID-19 positive. We cannot name their names because of their confidentiality. So what the government thought was the most important step is to try and control the spread within the county assembly. That's why they had to shut it down. We are aware that a number of public figures here in Kakamega County have died. One of them is Robert Sumbi, that was the chief of staff at the county government of Kakamega. This is someone who was very close to the county officials. He died of COVID-19, and his body is also resting here. We have Mebo Mururi. This was a gubernatorial aspirant in 2017. He was the only lady who was fighting to get the position of being the governor of Kakamega. She also died a few days ago. We have another doctor who is one of the renowned doctors here in Western region, that is Dr. Alushula. He died of COVID-19. His body is also resting here. So that is the only alternative that the county government had, especially to do with the assembly, because this is where most of these MCAs do interact on day-to-day basis, and most of them also interact with the members of the public from their wards. So when some of them tested COVID-19 positive, the county assembly decided to shut down the county assembly so as to give them a chance and an opportunity to heal in their home. Most of them are undergoing what you can call home-based treatment care, and those ones who are still negative also to make sure that they are not interacting with their colleagues at the county assembly so as to be able to control the spread of the COVID-19, Brenda.
And lastly, Lusige, just in a minute, kindly talk to us about the possibility, of the closure of churches due to the rising number in Kakamega, because in Nairobi so far, there's some churches that have indicated that they're going back to online church service instead of in-person, people attending churches for the service.
There have been calls, especially to the county government of Kakamega, to impose on what they can call a local shutdown, most probably such as churches, because this is where religion is very prominent here. We have thousands of churches. The number of people who attend these churches are very high. So there have been calls to the county of government of Kakamega to try at least and maybe call on these churches to shut down. And I think currently they have a meeting which is undergoing at the county assembly to discuss on the way forward what measures can the county government implement apart from the national map on what to do so that they can control the spread of the COVID-19 within this county. So most probably within a few days we might see maybe the governor might decide to close some of the churches down, because we know the numbers have been very high. It's a little bit difficult to control the congregants in different churches, because most of them sometimes they don't follow the procedures, and also we expect most probably even the county can decide to put in place other measures apart from closure of the churches. So we are waiting to see what the county government will do. And apart from that, also I'm just being informed one of the prominent business man within the Kakamega town has also died this morning because of the COVID-19, but will be followed